There we go. Oh, forgot to unmute my mic on YouTube. So what's up, guys? So sorry about that, YouTube. Mic is on now. We're going to talk about the 1 year deal signed by Antonio Brown for the Patriots. This is definitely a prove it year deal. Yeah, this is the YouTube chat is pretty much saying exactly how I feel. This was a shocker to me. I was actually out to eat when all this news went down, and I couldn't believe it, man. Could not believe what had happened. That Brown had signed with the Patriots a 1 year deal worth $15 million overall. I believe it's 10 million guaranteed up front. 9 or 10 million guaranteed, but 15 overall. Yeah, it's at first I was extremely apprehensive about this, extremely, like very apprehensive. There's a lot of things that could go wrong with this. A lot. He's definitely a locker room distraction. There is no doubt about that. There's a lot of issues. What's up, Gangrene David, Chrissy, TJ, Nitro, Finsanity? What's up, guys? But yeah, there's a lot that could go wrong with this. We all know how much of a locker room cancer he is and can be. My only saving grace for this is that the Patriots have a lot, and I mean a lot of veterans in that locker room, and especially the coaching staff and Bill Belichick in general, and Robert Kraft, and the Kraft just the organization as a whole. They're not gonna put up with this. They're not gonna put up with those kind of antics. The stuff that he pulled in the stuff that he pulled in Pittsburgh and Oakland will not be tolerated by the Patriots. And to be quite honest, guys, to really be honest, the Patriots don't need him. He needs the Patriots. He needs the Pats. They were one of the only two teams rumored to be even interested, even somewhat interested in him. So it's kind of one of those deals where we don't need him. He needs us. So, and it's only a 1 year, deal. So there's really not too much commitment on the Patriots' part. If let's say into practices and into a couple of the games, he isn't doing what he's supposed to do, or getting into trouble, or not getting along with the coaching staff, then they can just cut ties and move on. I am worried though. Don't get me wrong. Like, do not get this twisted in any way, shape, or form. This is a signing that does worry me. There's a lot of risk. I mean, granted, is there a lot of reward that could come out of it? Yeah, he's one of the most talented receivers. He's one of the most talented receivers in the league. But he is sorry guys, my cat's trying to hijack my stream. He is a head case. There is no doubt about that. He is a definite head case. So it's worrisome. It definitely is. And if we could take a step back and look at this on a pure talent standpoint, the Patriots starting four receivers, probably the four receivers that they are going to start this year are going to be Julian Edelman, Josh Gordon, Demaryius Thomas, and Antonio Brown. And looking at any one of those, that is a ridiculously hard matchup for any defensive back on any one of those guys. So it is definitely a high risk, high reward kind of deal. It kind of makes me wonder. It does kind of make me wonder if all of this was kind of a ploy to shoot his way out of Pittsburgh and get back to the back to the Patriots as a contender, because in the beginning of all this, if you guys don't, this is a long shot. This is a shot in the dark. This is just throwing a dart at a dartboard in the without lights on. If this was a ploy to get out of Pittsburgh and get back to a contender, then it worked, because he's being rewarded for acting like a jackwagon. He shot his way out of Pittsburgh, and at the beginning of all this, Pittsburgh had said before all this AB talk started, all this, the moves that were made today were made at the very beginning of all this. The team that the Steelers said that they would not even consider trading AB to would be the Patriots. It was the Pats. They would not even listen to an offer. So, I mean, it's crazy. They said they would not trade him. They would not even listen to offers. That they're not even going to pick the phone up. So, so he shoots his mouth off and gets out of Pittsburgh, and then, see, to me, I don't think it was a master plan all around, all the way around. I think once he realized in Oakland that if he got out of Oakland, the Patriots were interested in him, he might have expedited that process a little faster and maybe pushed the Raiders' buttons a little bit to get his way out of that organization and get back on the open market. I will say this though, this is a very team-friendly deal for the Patriots. Like I said, there's very low risk. Outside I should say money wise, this is a very low risk for them. It's only $10 million up front guaranteed. And if he doesn't work out, or if he can't pick the offense up, or if if it doesn't work out, they can easily just cut bait and cut him and move along with the season the way they were planning on going with it. So it's I don't want to say a smart move on the Patriots' behalf, but it's definitely a calculated risk that they were willing to take because of simply because of the talent that he brings to the table. MH, I am very skeptical, man. It's a risk. It's a big risk for them. But if there was any team in the NFL that could kind of rein in his, or even contain his craziness, it would be the Patriots, because of the core of guys that they do have on that team, and they won't put up with it. They're not like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Belichick is not like Mike Tomlin. Robert Kraft is not like these other owners. The two of them do not put up with any of this bullshit that these guys, these high-priced divas, try and pull. They do not put up with it. They'll cut him if he starts acting like a fool, and not showing up to team meetings and not taking this serious. They will cut him. They will easily just cut him and move on with the season the way they had originally planned. But this does immediately, I will say this does immediately skyrocket their stock in the AFC, and they if not the favorite, then they have to be very close to the favorite to win the AFC again, simply because of the talent that he brings to the table. And this is just going to show you the power of what talent does in this league. It's like I told you guys, I was in shock. I was out to eat with my family when it happened, and I physically looked at I couldn't even say anything. I was looking at my phone for probably a good minute and a half without saying a single word, and I had to hand my phone off to my father and my brother to read it because I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that they did that. But that's pretty much it, man. That's all that I gotta say about it. I have very mixed feelings about this. I really do hope they can control him, because if they can kind of rein in his craziness and keep him on a straight and narrow path, then like I said, the talent is there for great things to come from Brady and AB. But it's just, and they create a bunch of matchup nightmares. So I mean, that's really all that I have to say. If you're asking for how I feel, I don't really know. I have mixed feelings on it, and we're just, for me, this is kind of a wait and see. This is a wait and see kind of thing to see how he meshes, how he's going to mesh with this team, and how well he's actually going to cooperate, or if he even does. I mean, shit, he could get here and in 3 weeks he could be gone. Like, perfect example is Chad Ochocinco. They brought him in here, and he wasn't smart enough to grasp the offense. So I'm not saying AB is going to be the same kind of scenario as Ochocinco, but you never know. Patriots run one of the most complex offenses out there, and it's kind of one of those things where only time will tell, and only time will tell how this is going to turn out, and hopefully it's another burning question is who are they going to cut to put him on the active roster. They have to cut somebody. They have to cut someone to keep him on the active roster. I don't know, Crazy Mofo. It kind of feels like that. It does. I'm going to be honest. It kind of feels like that. Yeah, so one of the biggest questions is who are the Patriots going to cut to keep him on the team? Personally, I think it comes down to two guys. I think it's between Philip Dorsett and Jacoby Myers. So one of those guys is going to get cut to put Antonio Brown on the 53-man roster. So it's going to be one of those guys. It's either going to be Dorsett or Myers, and I think they're too high. I think they're too high on Jacoby Myers to let him go. So unfortunately, I think Philip Dorsett's going to be the one. That's left out in the cold, and on the outside looking into that 53-man roster. Yeah, I would keep Gunner and Myers over Dorsett. I would. That's just me. I would aim towards keeping the young core and the younger guys. I know Dorsett has an excellent rapport with Brady, but I would lean more towards the young guys. So like I said, I think it's between. Only time will tell, but I do think it's between Dorsett and Myers. On who gets cut to put Antonio Brown on that active roster. So once again, guys, thanks for watching. Much appreciated. Let me know what you guys all think about this in the comments, and I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, guys. Rum Boys Northeast, Butchers Block, and Patriots Talk. Checking out of here. Peace.